This can be any aspect of your marketing and help you build long-term strategies, increasing ticket sales, growing your brand, and reaching new audiences. And then we have the paid media department, which I'm on. We can support driving awareness with ads, increasing conversions through targeted ad campaigns. We only work with festivals and events as well. So we are the industry experts when it comes to this. And then finally, we have our campaigns department, who can help your in-house team activate plans or take over the marketing campaigns to help you with that. And these are some of the event brands that we've been lucky to work with over the past 10 years. And so in 2022, we made 80 million in ticket revenue for clients. That was 1.5 million tickets sold with a budget of 4 million ad spend. So yeah, that's great for our clients. And we are a strategic agency partner with TikTok. So I work with Eleanor, and we with this. We have bi-weekly meetings to catch up on all our clients' accounts. We have access to exclusive training sessions, cutting-edge new features. We get whitelisted for beta testing with some new ad features. We get VIP ad review lists, but it also, from working with Eleanor, we get the insider tips and trends to outshine the competition. But yeah. Next slide.
Yes, thanks, Caitlin. So I am Eleanor. I am the agency partner manager for Mustard Media. I'm really happy to be here today to talk to you all about the TikTok opportunity. But before I jump into it, I would love to hear from you. If you want to pop into the chat box what you're seeing on your For You page, hopefully you are all on the platform. So if you want to just pop in the chat box, what are you seeing? What's on your TikTok page? For me, it's the Beyonce concert, Tube Girl as well. Don't be shy. Pop into the chat if you feel comfortable, what you're seeing. Fred again. Yes, I have a lot of Fred again as well. Amazing Baker, the Gym Reaper, Holidays, Mac Makeup, Top Boy memes. Tube Girl. VMAs, Warehouse Project, Makeup, Book Talk, SpongeBob, Olivia Rodrigo. Yes, a lot of that on mine too. Amazing. Hopefully you can see just even through the chats, the messages that are popping in. It is such a diverse space. Everyone is, has their own little niche, their own little community. Wow. Okay. Amazing. So different. So many different. Kind of communities that are on the space, which I love. So TikTok, I suppose something that I hear a lot is we are compared to other social media channels and platforms, but it's just not really. I think there's a little bit of back noise there. Caitlin, maybe do you want to pop on mute just there? Sorry, yeah, it's just jumping back a little bit. Brilliant. So yeah, a lot of people compare us to other social platforms, and it's just not an accurate comparison. And that's because you don't check TikTok. You don't go onto TikTok to see what your sibling had for breakfast or what your old school friend is doing now, what holidays people are on. You go onto TikTok to watch. So people are going onto our platform to be entertained. And what is also really unique about our platform is that it's powered by the community. So all of these different communities that we were just talking about there, like Travel Talk and Book Talk, are all created because our community is so engaged, and they're creating their own content too. So it's a really special place, and hopefully after today you'll have a little bit of a better understanding about the opportunity that it poses. So our community is united by 4 core mindsets. I always think it's really important to keep these mindsets kind of in the back of your head when you're having conversations about TikTok, when you're thinking about TikTok strategies, and even when you're thinking about what creatives to make for the platform. So what is our community looking for, and how can you tap into that? So the first thing is they want to discover. So they want to find out something new, and maybe that's going to be your brand. They want to be uplifted, so they're going to look for something that makes them happy and that can bring them joy. They want to participate. This is something I'll kind of continue saying throughout. The participatory nature of our platform is amazing. And yeah, they see your products and they want to do it, they want to experience it, they want to buy it, and then share their experiences using it. And ultimately, they want to be entertained, and that's because we are an entertainment platform. So I always think it's important to even think of one, two, or all of them if you can when you're doing your strategies and your creatives. Is there a way that you can kind of tap into one, two, or all of these different mindsets? And it is a space for diverse community generated entertainment to thrive. So you can find everything from finance to festivals on the platform, which is really special. Which brings me on to amazing, some little TikToks playing there. Which brings me on to my next point, which is festivals on TikTok. So what is the opportunity? Well, our audience is really engaged, as I've already said, and they are on the lookout for live events. So 40% of our users are interested in music festivals, and 1 in 4 say they are always on the lookout for live events, which is amazing. So it really is a place to take advantage of the worldwide boom of festivals and events and encourages a diversity of interests and posts. So what better place to drive sales for your next big event? As I said already, our users are really engaged and they want to participate in all the different trends that they see on the platform. And that is why music festivals really come alive, whether it be some fashion content that our users are sharing in the run up to the event, sharing their experiences while they're at the event, or joining in a challenge. That could be a way to get people participating with your brand. So we see challenges, upcycling for fashion. We see snippets from the day when they're there, and then authenticity as well, which is maybe a little bit different to what you're used to portraying on other platforms. But I really love this last TikTok here. It's about saying what you expect is going to look like when you're at the festival, and the reality that we all well know when you're going to festivals in the UK and Ireland, the weather is not guaranteed. Okay. So I'm going to pass back over to Caitlin now to talk a little bit about strategy, but you haven't heard from the last from me yet. I'll be back in a little bit to chat through a few more things.
Yeah, thank you, Eleanor. So with strategy on TikTok, I thought I'd start with launching on TikTok. So if you're not on the platform, you're new to TikTok, you're not sure about what kind of content you should be posting, like with most platforms, take a look at what your competitors are doing, familiarise yourself with the style of content that brands are posting, as well as your past attendees. Consider what they're doing well, but also what doesn't work for your brand. What can you take inspiration from and use in your own way? As well as this, you could search your brand name, understand the style of videos that your past attendees have been posting about your festival. You'll have a good understanding of the language and the content style from your audience from doing this. And then, for example, for some festivals, like fashion is a huge topic for the event. And so is there any opportunity for you to jump onto that, incorporate it into your content calendar if you know that it's going to get good engagement? Or can you see that a certain artist your audience is posting a lot about? Can you intertwine this, as you know, you'll get good engagement with your past audiences? But typically the tone of voice on TikTok is more informal. It's your opportunity to be a bit more playful and a bit more tongue-in-cheek. Like take Ryanair, for example. They're one of the most popular brands on the platform because they understand the content style that works, and they reply to the audience in like a bit of a funny, sassy way. The audience responds really well to this, and it's a side to like a corporate brand that you don't usually see. But this isn't saying that you need to completely revamp your tone of voice if this style doesn't really work for you, but the opportunity is there to play around with that on TikTok. And then with content on TikTok, it's just best to test. Don't be disheartened if you get a couple of videos that get low engagement. We've worked with festival clients that's posted like the same video of an artist performing with 2 different captions. One just got like 2,000 views, whilst the other got 2 million. It's just testing those different captions and seeing what works. But also engage with your community. There's a unique opportunity to build an engaged community for your brand on TikTok by identifying your community, crafting your creative strategies around this. You're able to create authentic ads that deliver real impact. And then on the paid side of things, so to get started on TikTok, you can set up a business center, but you need to set up an ad account. As well as this, you'll need to set up event tracking so that you can measure the impacts of your ads from everything from web traffic to conversions, ticket sales, to your return on investment. So as I mentioned earlier, building your community on TikTok is essential for organic, but it's also essential for paid growth. If you're new to advertising on the platform, we usually recommend setting up a community engagement campaign. This allows the algorithm to find your audience with the ads, and then it'll serve to similar people that have engaged with similar videos. And then before going in with a complete payment conversion campaign, we usually warm up the audience with an awareness optimized ads. Again, this gets the algorithm learning about the users that engage with your content, serving it to similar people. And from this, the algorithm will have a better understanding to who to serve your conversion ads to. But then similar to testing content organically, it's essential to test different creatives with advertising too. We usually say to recommend starting with up to 6 ads in a ad set and then double down on the best performing on there. And then once you have enough data from all of the above, you'll have a really strong engaged community and a really strong retargeting audience that you can retarget at different stages of the campaign. Next slide, Eleanor. So festival launches Q4 and beyond. So this is applicable for TikTok, but also a couple of strategies to consider for the launch season in general. So most festivals will be looking to launch the 2024 campaign over the next couple of months, which typically involves a sign-up phase, lineup launches and tickets going on sale. So a couple of trends and tips for your launch, as well as optimizing your advertising during Q4, and a couple of points to consider. So for launch, we're starting to see that running awareness ads before transitioning into a conversion or lead campaign has a significant impact on sales. So we'd recommend using awareness objectives, building your organic presence on the platform as a first stage in your campaign. People who are aware of your brand, event, venue, festival are more obviously likely to convert as a lead or a ticket sale if they're more aware of who you are and what you do. But also the ticket buying process starts with word of mouth, not just from your brand. So a report from the Global Web Index provided that the highest driver of buying a product begins with awareness from channels outside of your brand. So events often make the mistake of throwing all their energy into content from the brand channels. However, if you're creating a mimetic desire through word of mouth, through user-generated content, influencer or content creators, or even press media channels, holds a lot of value compared to just from your brand. So how can you use the social proof and commentary at every touch point of your campaign during and after your event to make it look like everybody is talking about your event on TikTok? Like Eleanor just mentioned, seeing Beyonce on there, and I saw a couple of comments that was talking about the Warehouse Project, making it look like everybody is talking about your event and it's somewhere that you need to buy a ticket to go to. Optimizing towards Q4. So obviously Q4 covers like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, and typically advertising during this period can be more expensive as you can get an influx of e-com brands that are running huge sales. So how can you make sure that your ads are cutting through? Are there any limited offers that you could run through this period? Perhaps not just on ticket sales, but maybe you could upsell group packages, which can drive extra revenue during this period, whilst people are actively looking for deals and they're ready to spend. And an idea for this on TikTok, which we'll touch on a little bit later, is to add interactive add-ons. So you can add stickers, countdowns, with a platform-specific code with your offer. But yeah, like I say, Eleanor will go into more detail in that in the next couple of slides. And then finally, for looking towards your next event, it's critical to reflect on your current campaign. Understand what the biggest marketing and comms challenges have been on TikTok, but also beyond TikTok. This process should be able to inform your creative briefs that you need to capture on site during the event that can be used in next year's campaign. And this can massively help the paid ad creative. So most event promoters make the mistake of focusing on just the lineup launch as the biggest moment in the campaign, when in actual fact, the event is the single biggest awareness campaign for your next event. So data from our campaigns have shown that your on-site reach is actually 30% higher than your lineup launch. So we know that the natural momentum of having thousands of people on site is the driving force behind this, but you can't rest on reaching its maximum potential by chance. So we say to put as much attention to detail into your on-site advertising strategy, as well as your organic strategy, just to convert as many people and as many tickets for your next year's campaign. Next slide. Cool. And back to you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with what you're saying there, especially about on-site at events. I have such FOMO for so many events that I saw on TikTok this summer that I'm already planning what I want to do next summer. So yeah, couldn't agree more. It's so important to have that. So yeah, thanks, Caitlin. We now know a little bit more about strategy. Let's just look at some of the relevant products that you can use. So TikTok has a full suite of products that can be used across the full funnel. So from awareness all the way through to conversion. So in terms of awareness, we have two different product types. We have our reservation ads, which you can book at a fixed CPM basis. That's our reach and frequency top feed, one of my favorites, which I'll talk about in a little bit more detail in a second. And then we have our standard auction ads, which is reach. We have consideration, so that's to help drive engagement, clicks, and interests. For this, we have video view, traffic, lead gen, and community interaction. And then conversion, so we have app install, conversion campaigns, and product sales if you're in another vertical that you want to drive some more installs or product sales itself. Top feed. So as I said, this is one of my favorite products. It is a premium ad product. So what I will say about this is it's only available to managed agencies and clients. So you would only be able to use this product if you were working with Mustard Media, who has myself as the TikTok APM. So this product is really special because it helps you get seen really early on in the user's journey. If you are interested in hearing a little bit more about like data insights as well, about, you know, how many times people are using the app and for how long and things like that, do reach out to Mustard. They'll be able to kind of help you with things like that. We just can't share it on this in this kind of webinar today. But yeah, we can help you be seen earlier on in the user's journey. So typically top feed will be around the 4th spot in the For You page. So you'll be scrolling through the organic TikToks and then your ad will be placed. And obviously being seen early on is, you know, important for brand recall and really capturing their attention. Another reason why I love this product is that you have full control. So you can control how much you pay for the number of impressions you get. So you can buy it on a fixed CPM basis or fixed impressions basis. So before the campaign even starts, you know you're getting 1 million views on this campaign, which is really nice. The other thing that is really special about this placement is that you can control your messaging in a more controlled way. So you could say you want messaging to go out on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or potentially you want the user to see video 1, then 2, then 3. So this is also a fun way to use this placement using sequential messaging. So it's a really great product. Now, the next one that I want to talk about is lead gen. I'm sure it is really important for a lot of you who are trying to generate leads for your event, We have a really nice lead gen form on TikTok that is eye-catching to attract your prospects, and fast-loading instant form that is pre-filled, which accelerates the process. This is really good for those retargeting campaigns, but again, Caitlin will kind of bring you through the best setup for these as well. Interactive add-ons. I'm going to say this is another of my favorites. I say everything is my favorite because I do really love our product. I think it's really special, really unique, and a great way to, especially for events and festivals, get people to have that FOMO and want to go next year. So interactive add-ons are a great way to elevate your creatives. So you can use lots of different features to kind of bring it that next level up. So say a countdown sticker. I think a countdown sticker works really nicely in the run up to a campaign or run up to a festival or event. So you could do, like a 30-day countdown or a 7-day countdown to get everyone excited about the event. You could also do voting stickers if you want to drive some engagement. So you could do a campaign about who's your favorite act, or what act are you most looking forward to, or what stage do you want to visit. Lots of different options here that you can kind of brainstorm with Mustard. And then there is your gift code sticker. So if you have a coupon or a discount, potentially you want to try that out. And again, that's kind of helping to drive that action and get more ticket sales. And display cards. Display cards are a great way to, add a little bit more info, and maybe it's, camping options, or you want them to know a little bit more and disrupt their screen. So that's a great way. I can just see that there is a few questions there saying, are you taking questions? We are taking questions. We'll have time at the end. So keep popping in your questions if you have them, and myself and Caitlin will be able to answer. So yeah, don't worry, there will be plenty of time for questions. And then a premium add-on that we have is Superlike. So this is a new hot off the press add-on that has just launched there in the last kind of month or so. And what it does is that when you like the TikTok, you can now control and change the logo that shows. So if you have a really fun brand, a fun logo that you want to use, you can then change the like button to, take over the whole screen. So a great way for awareness in the run up to some of your campaigns. So there is also our email and phone number targeting. I just want to say again that this product and the next one that I'm going to talk about is only available to managed clients, so Mustard Media. But essentially what you can do is, if you have an emailing list, we can add that into TikTok Ads Manager, and then you can either target those, or maybe you want to exclude them from your targeting. So say you have a list of emails that have already purchased tickets for the event and you want to kind of remove them, we can do that. Or else you can upload it and retarget them too. So it's a nice way to use that feature. And the same with premium audience. So this gives you, it's a custom audience that provides you with additional targeting features. So you can do 16 plus and 21 plus, or you can do industry targeting. And that means that you can create audiences based on users' previous engagement, so clicks, with ads from specific industries in the past 30 days. So maybe that's relevant to you. And yes, we're moving on to then creative best practices and thought starters. So from tips from me and TikTok in relation to how to, create your best performing ad, is just remembering a few of these points. So having 720p plus high resolution for higher performance. Sound on. So if you're not on the platform, hopefully you will all be on it by the end of today. But it is a sound on platform. So it's full screen, sound on, which is again another kind of unique point about ourselves. So it kind of doesn't give you time to do it, to be on the app at the same time as doing other things. So you're really getting that full attention. So making sure that you're leveraging the use of that sound. And the full screen means you need to have kind of vertical mobile first format with no border as well. Something I hear a lot of is, oh, the shorter the better for TikTok. But actually, 21 to 34 seconds we've actually found is kind of the sweet spot. So we kind of recommend having your creatives in and around that length, 21 to 34 seconds. So not too short, not too long. However, as Caitlin said earlier, it's so important to test, because just because this is what we've seen doesn't mean that there isn't kind of exceptions to the rule. So I would suggest trying some slightly shorter videos, some slightly longer videos, and seeing what works best for you, for your brand, in your space. I would say don't do anything shorter than 10 seconds, but yeah, keeping it kind of testing either side of that 21 to 34 second benchmark is a good idea. And then I have a few kind of more tips about when you're recording your TikTok of things to think of. So one is going native. So making sure that you're having that natural feel of TikTok, that it's not necessarily, what you're using on other platforms. And thinking of your tone of voice, like Caitlin already said, and how you can show up in a new way on the platform. The second is the structure. It is something that I see that's sometimes not, accurately done on the platform, where people are creating content for conversions that are very awareness focused. So thinking, okay, what is the goal of this creative that I'm making? Is it that I want people to know about my brand, or is it that I want people to buy the product or tickets or whatever it may be? And having set content for each stage of the funnel is really important and will really help you. So thinking about your hook and what you actually want them to do. The third is stimulation. So grabbing the user's attention with editing techniques, and this can all be done within the app. Going back to my point about going native, you don't need, a whole filming crew and lots of different resources. You can just use your phone, and you can use the editing tools that we have within the TikTok app to really grab the user's attention. So, maybe it's like chopping up scenes and having quick transitions. That's a great way to kind of drive that stimulation. Back to the point I already made, sound. Sound is a really important part. What role does it play in what you're trying to convey? So thinking about that too. Maybe it's voiceovers, maybe it's doing some ASMR content, or using our commercial music library. Then trends. So trends is a funny one, and that I would say just be careful about trying to hop on every trend. I think that sometimes the problem is that when you try to jump on trends, you might miss it slightly when there's sign off needed and things like that. So rather than just thinking about trends, thinking about moments or things that are consistently happening on TikTok. So rather than jumping on something that's, a fleeting moment, try something that has kind of more I suppose, longevity in it. So that might be, tapping into Christmas and the gifting time and the type of content that shows up around then. So unboxing videos and things like that. So maybe it's someone receiving their tickets. And yeah, also then again, tapping into the fashion element, what outfits people are going to wear to certain festivals. So just thinking of different things that kind of happen around these key moments. Think of your content calendar and how you can fit in different trends at this time. Okay. And then the final one is production. So as I said, use the space wisely. It is full screen. Just make sure that you're not overlapping the user interface of your like, comment buttons, share, and so on. Yeah, so as I said, TikTok first, thinking natively on the platform. So trying to feel as native on the For You page is just, trying to make yourself look like you're at home, maybe using on-screen captions and text. That's a great way to feel very native. And shooting on your phone is the perfect way to do it. And using the kind of native lingo and editing techniques to help create that TikTok first content. The other kind of style of content that we see a lot of is creator made. So maybe you want to tap into using creators, like Caitlin kind of alluded to earlier, and they can kind of act as a shortcut to making that native feeling asset. So rather than you doing all the hard work, just working with a creator who can make it for you. Just make sure that when you are doing that, to provide a clear brief, tell them exactly what you're looking for, so that you are getting the content that you require. So a good example of this is saying, I need an awareness awareness asset that will work really well to people know the type of event we are, what they can expect at it, and so on. Or else maybe it could be, you know, a conversion asset where you're saying, getting them to say that they've bought a ticket, you should buy a ticket, and so on. So just making sure that you're very clear in your brief. And then the last thing from me before I pass back over to Caitlin is, if you can't adapt. So I know that creatives can be a problem and kind of a pain point for a lot of you. So if you can't make a native ad and it's just not feasible, don't worry, there is a way to kind of, you know, use what you already have. So a few quick steps to kind of help you is, if you already have content that you're using across other maybe platforms, is just the editing style of it. So maybe you can take it and use it in the app and do quick fire stitches, transitions and edits, and then also native overlays. So whether that's adding a voiceover to your video or maybe using our on-screen text. As I said already, these are great ways to make it just feel a lot more native. When you don't have the assets to hand. I'm going to pass back over to Caitlin, who's going to be bringing you through a little bit more about creatives, especially for festivals. I can see lots of questions still coming through and we will get to them. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Eleanor. Content thought starters in the events and festivals industry. So we've got a couple of inspo ideas here. So firstly, starting with your lineup. So how can you make your lineup more native looking to TikTok? So typically this is presented as your branded graphic, but here this example shows you how you can make it look a little bit more TikTok first style. We've got the lineup in the TikTok text with the images behind it. It makes you, stop, makes you hold the screen to see which artists are playing. But also by using this, using the TikTok native text, the algorithm can pick up certain artist names and it'll use them as keywords and serve the ads potentially to users that have engaged with, say, Andy C that's on that lineup there. Serving it to people that have interacted with similar videos with Andy C, essentially. And then secondly, experience-driven content, which I think is the most important style to get across in your videos, as it visually showcases the whole experience of your festival or event to the viewer. So that could be from like the stages to the production, sites, the crowds. So this is what will spark interest and it'll spark the curiosity to find out more. So this example I've got here is from Hideout Festival. So it starts with a hook and then it follows up with the event USPs and event information. It's educating the audience with the top line information they need to know to form a decision if they want to find out any more about the event and brand. So the majority of festival and event brands that we work with, obviously the artists are a big USP selling point of that festival. So how can you educate the viewer on TikTok on the artists that are playing at your festivals? Have they played at your event before? Can you show them previous sets, previous moments that they've played? So this example here is from Hide and Seek, and it's a DJ. You can obviously see the crowd going for it after that, and it's meant to, spark those feelings of like FOMO. You feels like, oh, that was great. Where is that? I want to be there next year, kind of thing. And also educating the audience on your artists, like, giving them a couple of facts, doing a bit of content pack on them. I always think that's really interesting. And then finally, Eleanor touched upon trends. So this example here is from Parklife that did a trend really well. I don't know if you can remember this trend. I think it would have been maybe like this time last year actually now, but it was the guy from Stranger Things who would then click and it revealed like the image behind. It was used on TikTok in all different kinds of ways, but it was really used well by Parklife at this stage in their campaign. It was just before they were about to reveal their lineup poster. So the guy from Stranger Things, he clicks, but then it actually doesn't show the image. It's blurred out. So I feel like that was used really well in relation to the trend and the moment in the campaign for them. But as Eleanor was saying, don't feel like you have to jump onto every meme. If you can't find a way for it to work for your brand, just don't. Like, I think I saw a stat recently that meme trend kind of things on TikTok have like 48 hours. If you jump on them at that point, it really makes sense too. But yeah, I've seen a lot of brands jump onto trends in ways that don't really make sense, or they've missed the moment because they've been waiting for sign off from XYZ person. You've just really missed the moment with that. So yeah, obviously there's a lot more styles of content that you can run with on TikTok for festivals and events, like Vox Pop interviews, challenges with artists or your audience. But we found that these 4 content styles produce the best results when it comes to ticket sales. And next slide, please, Eleanor. So yeah, content creators, we touched upon this briefly, but as mentioned earlier, awareness and social proof for your event from people outside of your brand is so important to an audience's perception of you. So using content creators as part of your organic social and your paid advertising strategy can have a huge impact on your campaign, from driving engagement, obviously driving awareness with new communities that you might not be able to reach previously, and then yeah, ultimately driving conversions. I think it's really important to find creators who are relatable to your target audience. They'll drive a strong sense of authenticity, and effectively they could build brand trust and favorability towards your event. A study on TikTok reported that 64% of users prefer seeing these everyday, relatable people that are advertising brands, and 71% of users said that creators' authenticity with a TikTok motivated them to make a purchase. So yeah, really, really solid stats there. So we've implemented this strategy at Mustard with some of our client campaigns, and we've seen really huge results from it. So a couple of notes of the results here. We worked with a large UK festival in 2023, which saw huge success from collaborating with creators. So these creators were given a brief and posted about the festival in a style that was authentic to them. It ultimately gave the brand social proof and a bit of credibility. It generated hype for the festival just ahead of the launch period, obviously reaching those new communities on the platform, which we then amplified with a paid strategy. Once we implemented this, we saw a huge uplift in performance. So we saw a 10% increase in sales from the creator boosted ads at the same time compared to the brand, like festival ads. As well as this, we've seen incredible results from repurposing past attendees' videos. So we've implemented this strategy for a UK festival this year, which increased link clicks on ads by huge 207%. The CPA decreased by 58% and consequently saw a 199 uplift in sales. So with this, it was one of our clients, and we were reaching out to the client was reaching out to people that posted on TikTok of their experience of the event, and yeah, reaching out to see if they're happy to run this video as an ad. Majority of people are more than happy to do that. But yeah, it's a really great way for a different side of running ads for your festival. And then on to our case study. So our case study today is on Hideout Festival. So I've been working on this one for the past year, seen some really great results for the 2023 festival. So starting with our objectives, we wanted to obviously maximise ticket sales for the 2023 festival, increase awareness of the festival as a destination on TikTok, and obviously grow the community on TikTok. Whilst Hideout had a presence and a reasonable organic engagement on the platform from the previous year, this was the first year that they'd advertise on TikTok. So the challenge for us was, how could we quickly understand the ad creative, what works best, what formats, what's the tone of voice, what really resonates with their audience that can really deliver the best return on investment and really drive those ticket sales. So on the next slide, so the results here, some great results. So Following this, our ads focused on amplifying Hideout's organic posts and supporting key moments in the campaign, such as the free lineup launches. They had like boat and beach party announcements, ticket warnings. Obviously, the ultimate goal was to drive as much awareness of the festival, maximise the ticket sales, and grow that community. We started to understand the language that really resonated with the users on TikTok, and we focused the creative on showcasing the whole experience of attending the festival in Croatia, having fun with your friends, experience live music, and obviously being on holiday. So one key highlight from the campaign was actually a success we saw from running ads through influence accounts. So, for example, we boosted a video, which is a paid partnership between Hideout and an influencer. And this particular post got 54,000 post engagements, 25,000 link clicks, a click-through rate of 4%. It's the most engaged video that we ran as an ad, which is great. Some other stats, obviously, that we've got here, 62% of all paid media sales for Hideout Festival were from TikTok. So this is like a really great start, moving away from solely driving sales through typical advertising on paid, such as like through Meta. Really saw that uplift this year. So we saw 202 increase of followers from paid advertising as well. Total of 13 million video views, a really strong click-through rate of 2.65%. 40 million impressions, and a 33% cheaper CPA compared to the overall CPA. So some really good results here. And as well as this, Hideout, as well as quite a lot of our clients that we've been working with Eleanor on, have had multiple listings on the TikTok for Business top ads dashboard. So this is a dashboard that anyone can access. It's an ad library kind of thing that you can see the top performing ads per industry and region. Really good results there. And that was next slide. So questions. We've got some questions that already were sent in previous to us starting, so we thought we'd tackle those first. Eleanor?
Yeah, exactly. So there's actually been loads of questions, so thank you all for being so engaged. As Caitlin said, some sent prior, so we'll start with them maybe, and then we can move into the chat box as well. Will we just do I take one, you take one, and we go from there, Caitlin?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so one question that was asked ahead of ahead of this webinar was, is there a market for older customers on TikTok? I love this question. So we are, a space for everyone. I think there was a misconception that we were a young dancing app at one point, but it has really changed, and it's just not the case anymore. As I said kind of earlier on, I can't share any of the kind of audience insights or demographics that we have on the platform. So I would say reach out to the Mustard team and Caitlin, and we can kind of organize a call where we can chat through exactly who is on our platform. But we're starting to see kind of over 50% of our users falling into that kind of like 25 plus age bracket. So we can jump into that in a little bit more detail after.
Yeah. And the other question that we had sent in earlier was on advertising alcohol. I don't know if this is a better question for you as well, actually, Eleanor. So it says, alcohol is a core to our events. We find them finding the message and content which works within the community guidelines, particularly boosting for advertising. How can you get around this?
Yes, so we do have, our community guidelines, and alcohol is not allowed to be promoted on the platform. So just making sure that you don't have any kind of alcohol brands in the video, and that should be good to go. Just try to kind of minimize any clips of the alcohol branding in it.
Yeah, fab. I'll just find a question in the chat. So there's one from Greg that says thoughts on CapCut to edit. So yeah, I would definitely recommend CapCut. I use that myself. I recommend that to clients. It's a really easy to use platform app for editing. You can save drafts in there. I feel like it's a really easy way to put compilation videos together. Testing different speeds, different music to go on that as well. Definitely recommend using CapCut for editing video. I mean, you can edit in TikTok as well, CapCut's great.
Brilliant. Another question I can see there is, I've tried TikTok and the effort to make content doesn't match the sales conversions. Should TikTok be seen more as brand building and brand awareness than sales conversions, in your opinion? Well, hopefully you saw the last stat that Caitlin shared, which was amazing, that 62% of their paid media, I wrote it down because I thought it was so great, paid media sales came from TikTok ads. So we are a conversion platform, I would say. What I would say is as well is that kind of thinking about TikTok and how it's kind of changed how our day-to-day lives now, I suppose. So now I'm seeing in a lot of physical stores, the Book Talk is a great example. So my local bookshop has a corner called Book Talk, and it's what's trending on TikTok. Or else I've also seen in like pharmacies like Boots, trending on TikTok, and our hashtag itself on the platform, hashtag TikTok made me buy it, has billions upon billions of views. So you can really see on and off the platform this kind of drive for conversion. And even in the press, we see a lot of articles about, the products that TikTok has made me buy and things like that. So we definitely are, suitable for all stages of the funnel, and from awareness, building that awareness and that kind of brand recognition, all the way through to conversions. So if you need support and you're not seeing the conversions that you would like, definitely, work with the likes of Caitlin and the Mustard team, and with me on hand as well. We can make sure that your campaigns are set up for success so that you can see those conversions too.
Just having a look through some other questions. There's a few questions on on sourcing affordable influencers. Obviously, I work on the paid side of things, so work in influencer marketing. But a way I think you could potentially get around this is, I don't know what kind of event or business or festival you kind of are, but I think it's like I mentioned earlier with the content creators. If people have already been to your event and have already uploaded their experience and their experience in a video, I think it's a really great way to reach out to them, see if you can run the video as an ad, or see if they're happy to put together some more content for you. You can come to an agreement on whatever that could be. A lot of festivals, like you've already kind of got the marketing out there for you, because loads of people have obviously been to your events this summer, like say your family festival. A lot of, say, mum influencers or mum bloggers kind of thing have shared the videos to TikTok of what they've been up to with the kids at this festival. Having a really great time. So all the great UGC is already out there. It's reaching out to those people to see if they're happy for you to use those videos as part of your own marketing.
Exactly. So another question I can see here is, for the community engagement campaign, what ad type and targeting should we try first? So community interaction campaigns are great. They're a great way to kind of build your following and push your ads in front of people who are likely to follow your page. So what I would say is kind of awareness style, a little bit about who you are, what you do is the best kind of type of content for that. And targeting, I would say going kind of broad. Broad is a great way to start, and then you can kind of fine tune it down from the learnings that you kind of have.
You touched upon how do you think TikTok works for plus 35, didn't you, Eleanor?
It definitely works for over 35s, but again, can't share too much detail. So worth setting up a call with Mustard and we can kind of chat through, that again.
There's a question saying that is low quality content lineup on text with image not an issue for younger generation on TikTok? I'm not sure what younger generation you kind of mean, but with low quality content, I mean, we're kind of seeing that the style of content, say that we're boosting some content creative stuff, the really slick stuff looks really great, aesthetic, but we've used some content creators' videos that, you know, it's just people having fun with the friends kind of thing. It's not really slick editing, but that has done really well with ads and engagement and link clicks. And I think it's because it's more relatable. We have like a term at Mustard that's saying it's like ugly editing because it's not this over polished kind of